Field notes. So I read this thing the other day about me and what I'm doing, and it said, I'm at best is looking for redemption. I'm not looking for redemption. I don't need to redeem myself for anything. What do I need to redeem myself for? You know, the whole point of this whole thing was like, I did my job and got crucified for it. I wasn't like a drug addict or an alcoholic, or, you know, I didn't piss my money away on gambling and fancy cars and stuff. And I didn't stop my career because of negligence, right? I did my job and the media decided that I wasn't good enough. And then that trickled down to me. It's a difficult thing to make a thing. I've made a lot of things, and I know it's challenging. So what you're trying to do when you make a thing is you're trying to reduce the amount of risk. And people think that when you hire a movie star, that's insurance against this enormous amount of risk. Because you're asking people for money, and you're asking people to pay for your thing so you can return their investment plus whatever, right? It's just like investing in anything. And so everybody asks, well, how am I going to make sure that this thing is going to make money? Well, we have Will Smith. And Will Smith guarantees you ... because he's so insanely likable. I'm a big fan of Will Smith. I have been since he was the rapper. And then he became the actor. Don't at me. I will fight for Will Smith. I'm a big fan. Anyway. The point is this: when the media says you are not bankable, no one's gonna bank on you. I remember a few years ago, a friend of mine who's a director wanted to hire Mark Ruffalo, and this was before the Hulk, right? This is before the Avengers. And Mark Ruffalo has been a fantastic actor for a very, very long time, right? And I remember my friend, he was like, I want to hire Mark Ruffalo, but my agents won't let me. And I was like, what are you talking about? And they said to him, Mark Ruffalo is box office poison. And I was incensed. I was like, well, how could you make this distinction? How could you say something like that? Mark Ruffalo is a fantastic actor, right? But Mark Ruffalo, when he was living in Los Angeles, couldn't get a gig. He would get the odd movie here and there. And he started writing and he started directing. And then he said, forget it, and moved back to New York. And when he moved back to New York, that's when the Hulk stuff happened, right? That's when the Avengers came through. Now, Mark Ruffalo is a movie star, but he was a phenomenal actor. But according to this town, he was box office poison. According to this town. Nobody wanted to hire Mark Ruffalo for anything. Now, that's Mark Ruffalo. Now, imagine me. I am nowhere near Mark Ruffalo. Nowhere. You are going to have to take a big risk on me anyway, because I'm not a movie star. When the media backlash happened, and at the time, decided I was poisonous, I couldn't get a job. So I had to start from like zero, as if I never did anything, ever. It didn't matter whether I was in Star Wars. It didn't matter whether I had, experience on stage, Broadway, whatever. It didn't matter anything. It didn't matter my education, my zodiac sign, nothing mattered. The only thing that mattered was I was poisoned. So nobody wanted to take a risk on me. And that's the way the business works, right? Everybody wants insurance against risk. Side note, there's nothing that says movie stars are insurance against risk. So it's a big assumption around town, and everybody believes it, hence Mark Ruffalo. Getting back to me and what I'm doing now, and what I'm trying to do now. There was this thing that said, oh, yeah, I'm at best looking for redemption by doing one-man show. Just redemption, redeem. I was like, I don't need redemption. I just want to tell a story. And then I thought, maybe I do need redemption. But it's not the redemption that I think they were talking about. I need to have redeemed myself from me. Here's the hard part about what happens psychologically when you face something like I faced. Self-doubt is a monster. It's an existential monster, self-doubt. I truly and honestly believed I couldn't do this anymore because, and this is totally a story. I believe that once I'm in a thing, I would be blamed for its demise, regardless of what it was and regardless of what I did. So I was very afraid of doing things. Yeah. I was very afraid of doing things. And when I did do things and they didn't do what I thought they would do, I blamed myself. Like, even if I had a very small part in it, I was like, well, the only reason why this thing tanks is because I'm in it. And the world doesn't want to see me. So I'm not going to do this anymore. And I believed that. I believed I wasn't good enough. I believed everything that was said about me, that I was poison. I started doing a lot of stuff behind the camera, which I love. You know, started directing a lot, started writing a lot. I went to film school, got a degree in film. I did all of that for me because I wanted to affirm this, my intellect, my knowledge. You know, I knew that was something that nobody could take away from me. I will always have it, right? But this, as a performer, I believed I wasn't necessary anymore. Then I would do like little things. I'd read essays every once in a while, or I'd jump in on stage somewhere for like a one act or an improv thing. I'd direct a play and then like stand in for an actor when they couldn't show up to rehearsal. And I would do it and I would feel so good and I would get this response like, man, I'm pretty good at this stuff. And then I told myself the story, well, nobody wants to see me. And the reason why things fail is because I'm in them. You know, I told myself the story. That story isn't true. I'm protecting myself from being hurt. And just like in any situation, especially when it comes to love, you're afraid to love again because you're afraid to be hurt again. And in this case, I hurt myself. I need to get me back. I need to redeem myself for me because it will make me better. It would help heal my heart. And ultimately, I have to forgive myself for the mistakes that I made and allow myself to make new mistakes. Forgive myself for the consequences of my actions and know that consequences don't have to be life or death. They could be win or learn. Either you win or you learn. Those are the two. And I've always been a very passionate person. I'm extremely passionate. I'm emotional. I'm opinionated. I love hard. I really do. I love strong. But a lot of times that love and that fire can burn you. And it's coming from you. So, do I need redemption? Yeah, I do. I am looking for redemption. But I'm looking for redemption from me. I want to take me back. And this whole process is part of that. I don't have it yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. This hurts. You know, even talking to this fucking iPhone hurts. It hurts. However, I'm doing it. And I'm doing it because I am on a path to redemption. And I'm on a path to redemption to redeem myself for me. I'm going to be on stage and talk about it. I don't know what redemption looks like for me. Hopefully I'll be successful and hopefully it'll be entertaining. This is the work part. But yeah. I'm on a path to redemption.